All right, guys, how's it going? Now, before I get into this video, I just want to let you know I'll be live on here tonight at 6:30 p.m. UK time. No, really, I will. I'm sorry I had to cancel yesterday. I wasn't feeling too good. I don't cancel very often. I did explain everything in today's morning briefing, which I uploaded earlier. Also, I need to let you know that there's going to be a lot of content today, a lot of videos. Now, as far as I'm aware, YouTube only sends out 3 notifications in a 24-hour window. And that's if you've got notifications turned on in the first place. Because there's so many videos coming up, you might not be notified and they might not even appear in your subscriptions feed, which means that you must check my channel manually by clicking on my username during the day to see if new content's been uploaded. I do post on Facebook and X on @CopTalkTV. That's the username on those 2 platforms every time I upload a video. But again, they might not push them to your feed, so you could miss out, right? We have a chat room on Telegram. It's completely free to join if you would like to. The app is free as well. I do post every update in there too. If you would like to join that, just email support@coptalk.com and Charlotte will sort you out. So, José Félix Díaz. Many of my followers will know about José Félix Díaz. He is the most reliable journalist concerning anything to do with Real Madrid, right? He's the closest to that club. He's the closest to Florentino Perez. Think Paul Joyce and Liverpool. When he speaks about Real Madrid, you listen. During the Trent Alexander-Arnold saga last year, everything he told me in private and everything he published in Marca, who he worked for at the time, he worked for them for more than 30 years. He's gone to their rivals, AS now. Everything was accurate. You get a lot of fans that don't know what they're talking about. They'll say, oh, the Spanish media, they just make it all up. Well, it depends, like with the British media, who you're listening to, all right? I can assure you, if he says Liverpool have approached Xabi Alonso, Liverpool have approached Xabi Alonso, all right? And that's basically what he's saying here. Now, you will be aware of that. You'll have seen the reports a few days ago. I'm behind on things. And this is a video that Jose did a few days ago. And you might have heard his words, you might have heard different words, I don't know. But you know if you come to my channel, you know you're going to get the absolute truth. So yes, it's a couple of days old, but it's still very relevant. And I need my peoples here to hear it from me. Now, obviously it's translated into English. Let me just hit play here. I want to show you what comes up on the screen. The future of Xabi Alonso. Okay, let's just open his eyes. I can't be doing with his eyes closed behind me. Oh, there we go. That do my head in simply like that. He looked dead. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now, so it's translated, right? Now, I get Dave, my AI assistant that's been trained to analyse football news articles, thousands of articles. You know how Dave works, right? It's not just AI. It's fine-tuned, it's trained. When I send an article to Dave, he knows it's going to be in Spanish. He knows I'm going to want it in English. And what he does is where he will check for football terminology, right? So if you were to go to, say, Google Translate and just put his words in, it's not probably going to give you the right thing, the right meaning. There are certain words in Spanish that do not exist in English. So we have to look for, you know, the closest we can get to football terminology in English, and Dave does that for us. So this is going to be the closest, the best possible version of his words that you can get. Now, I watched the video, I got the transcript, and then submitted the Spanish transcript to Dave, and here is what he is saying. And we'll probably take a look at the actual article he wrote as well today. Well, Xabi Alonso is enjoying a period of holiday, one that is surely not of his choosing, but I don't know how long this period of rest will last. Liverpool, one of his former clubs, are going through a fairly complicated spell. The English club's directors have made moves and have contacted Xabi Alonso's inner circle, the man who until very recently was Real Madrid's coach, to gauge his willingness to return to what was once his home, but this time as manager. Or will it be head coach? This Edwards Alonso thing, I'm not sure how that would work. Anyway, not in an immediate way, because for now, Arne Slot is still holding on, still surviving. A win comes, then a bad result follows, poor results, back and forth, back and forth. Does that sound right? But in any case, at Anfield, they already know that Xabi Alonso is willing to return to the dugout. We say it and we insist not in an immediate way, but he is clearly considering the option of returning to Liverpool, to what was once his home. Xabi Alonso ended his relationship with Madrid a little tired, worn down, and these days he is surely recovering his energy. As for when, that will be decided by destiny. That, my friends, right, you can take that as set in stone from him, right? So I know a lot of people get misled online with reports from Spain, but they come from outlets like Fichajes, right? Try and remember that word, Fichajes, 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 right? Means signings, right? So if someone says, oh yeah, this has been said by Fichajes, just you're all right, Tex. I don't need to ask Dunk about that, right? I just want you to pay attention to what he says, right? José Félix Díaz. And that's it. That's it for this video. Let's keep it nice and short. And then Dave's given me a breakdown, which you don't need to hear. Basically, Dave's given me a breakdown. So, for example, entorno was correctly rendered as inner circle, Alonso's inner circle, and not the circle of the man. Do you see what I mean? How Spanish could be the circle of the man. They've spoke to Alonso's circle of the man. You know, basically, entorno correctly rendered as inner circle. Está dispuesto, translated as willing, open, not ready or set. Very, very small translations. If you were reading them on a Twitter as account, and they haven't put as much thought and energy into it to make sure that you're getting the absolute specific, nailed-on detail, a simple word can make such a difference, guys, in a translation. All right? So, and Dave says here, if anyone later claims Díaz said Alonso is taking the Liverpool job, Díaz says Slot is getting sacked, Díaz confirmed talks, you can point straight back to this and say, no, read it properly. All right? So I need you to know that that's spot on. You can trust this guy, and that's it. All right? Now, he did write an article earlier in the week. I'm going to go over that. I'm going to judge whether I need to run it by you because it's a few days old. Maybe what he said is enough anyway to cover that situation, but I'll check it, and if I think you need to know anything, I will. But I am, like I say, a few days behind on things. I have got probably a dozen mail stand videos I could do for you, so I'm going to try and get through them all, guys. All right, thanks for understanding that I needed to rest last night. I was fucked. All right, if you appreciate this video, if you appreciate my channel, if you want to support me, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. I really appreciate your comments. Your comments are so important to me. Yeah, we've got channel members. Yeah, we've got people that buy me a beer or a coffee. But your comments make it. Your comments make it because we get to see what you think. And you're the most important person here, right? So everyone's got a great, way of looking at things differently. And we need that sometimes because your comments sometimes make me think, oh, I didn't fucking think of that. Do you know what I mean? So do comment if you can. There's a love art on it. It's called a super thanks if you want to support my channel. If you're in a position to do so, I appreciate it. I'll give you a shout out the next day. My channel would not exist without the people, the members, channel members, and the super thanks, super chats and shit. I shit you not, because I don't sensationalize my videos. So I'm not going to get loads of like tens of thousands of views, people being misled and that. All right. So without that, I can't do it. All right. So shout out to those of you that do that. There's also 3 links in the video description if you want to support me alternatively. All 3 of them work. They're perfectly fine. I get 100% of that. It's instant as well. It's not next month. YouTube take 30%, whatever. I don't care. I'm just very grateful for the support. And as you know, the Revolut one is my beer kitty for Saturday, right? And Carl's already bought me a beer for Saturday, so we've got one in the kitty already. All right, guys, I'll be back soon.